Hello, all you lovely people who bought Salt and Sacrifice. In this video, I'm going to show you the best start and what classes will help you out. Similar to Dark Souls is yes, any class can go any way that you want, but each one of these classes are geared particularly to a certain style of fighting and which ones will actually help you go to where you want to go. Salt and Sacrifice! Now let's get into it so I can help you with what you need to know and how to get this game going the best way possible by the Kelham. First starting out is one of my favorite classes so far, the Sage. The Sage is a magic geared class that focuses on the forbidden magic styles and forbidden magics. This class starts out with a staff that gives you your first spell casting that you can use, and a channeling rod, which is actually decent damage. As you can see right there, the range attack is 19.9, almost 20 damage. But the armor is really weak on this character, so this is definitely a character you don't want to get in too much combat with. You want to stay away and attack from afar. So to boil it down, the Sage's fighting styles is a lightweight, quick moving, and range attacks. This is the skill tree. Every character has it. This is how you level up in the game. How it works is that every time you go to the shrine and you choose to level up, you will get one black star stone, and every 5 levels you will get one gray star stone. The gray star stones are used to reverse and to refund any of your black star stones that you have used to level up a character. And with your characters, it's all characters base stats at level 1, or everything is 5. And then you have a few, 3 different star stones that are already taken up with a yellow. That is your base class stats that you cannot change. This is how it starts out. Every class has their own separate stats that are the yellow ones that are set up right there. And as you look right here in the levels, and when you go down, you can see Arcane is 7 and Resolve is 6. For the Sage, Arcane is your main damage dealer, and Resolve is how much mana you have. It would be your focus stat if you look at the very top of the screen. And with the beginning stats of this character, it gears you towards and wants you to follow the path of a high mana, constant, frequently casting spells. And that is the reason why I said the Sage is a long range character and you want to stay out of damage, because you're going to be the spell spammer in the group, and that is the best style for this setup at the beginning. The Paladin, your holy knight. This character is heavily armored. Starts out with a sword and shield, the Vanguard weapon set, and has throwing axes as its ranged weapon. It is a very beefy class, already starting out, has more life, has stronger armor, and is a melee fighter. So if you're looking for a character who is both in melee and can do a little bit of holy magic, this is your class that you are looking for. The Paladin skill tree starts you out with 1 vitality that gives you more life. It starts you out with 1 endurance, which gives you more maximum load, so you're able to carry heavier weapons and equipment. And it gives you 1 conviction. Conviction is the skill and power that is used for divine glyphs, which is the opposite of the forbidden glyphs, the forbidden magics, which the Sage uses. But the Paladin is a melee character that starts out with some divine magic, which helps augment and boost his ability to fight. So if that sounds like something you're looking for, well, you just found your pick. The High Blade is this game's samurai. So for all you dirty, nasty, filthy, worthless weebs, there you go. You have yourself a samurai, you worthless weebs. Alright, it starts out with a nice High Blade for you, which is a katana in real life, you dirty weeb, and a longbow, which is actually a great, wonderful weapon that everybody should at least learn how to use at one point in their life. A great thing. Nothing wrong with that, using it. At least the dirty, worthless weeb and samurai found a weapon that is worth a calling instead of a pathetic, freaking worthless high blade katana. The high blade starts out with 1 extra point in dexterity, vitality, and will. Dexterity is your main damage dealer for most of weapons, so that pretty much replaces your strength for certain weapons that uses dexterity as a scaling. Vitality is your life, so yes, you have a little bit more life. And will, that is your stamina. How this character is made to be played is that you will be constantly attacking. You want high stamina, high will, so you can just keep attacking, attacking, and attacking. So you're just endless smacking the enemy and dealing some damage. And this class starts out with a light armor, so low weight so you can actually roll constantly and get away from damage. So you are all about the quick, go in the hit and run tactics. You go, you smack, you roll out. You smack, you roll out. So this character is perfectly set up if that's your kind of style of fighting. The Cleric. Cleric is a great class and it is your holy guy. Uses divine glyphs. Light armor, has a bludgeon weapon and a crossbow. The bludgeon weapon is great, it deals strike damage and it deals extra damage to any enemy that blocks, which there are many enemies that do, so you're able to break their guard and get through them. That weapon also has a healing spell too attached to it. And your crossbow is actually a great weapon to have for range. It deals some decent damage, and crossbows, they're actually really fun to use. The Cleric starts out with 2 points to conviction and 1 point to resolve. Conviction is your main damage dealer for this class, and resolve is for your focus. The Cleric may have started with a bludgeon weapon, but you do not need to keep with it. You can go any other route that you desire. There is many weapons that focus on using purely divine glyphs as one of their major damage for their spells. If you do pick this class to start with, do remember that find a weapon style that you like and choose to go with it. It doesn't have any weapons so far set for its class, but it allows you to pick anything that you like. The Duelist starts out with a rapier as your main weapon, a crossbow as your range, and it has the Duelist armor set. The range attack is higher than the Cleric's because it is a different crossbow. The Duelist has a unique set of skills. Now let's look at them. The Duelist starts with 2 points into dexterity and 1 point into resolve. Do not mind the green, that is just what I'm highlighted over. The green, all it shows you is what will change if you choose to level up that point. But as I was saying earlier, the Duelist is a unique class because it allows you to use, or at least start out with, higher luck than normal, which other classes do not. Luck does influence your item find, which allows you to find items from enemies when you slay them, or at least a higher chance of finding them. And how the class starts out, it really beckons you to use any weapons or weapon styles that have luck as a modifier. The Assassin. The Assassin starts out with a very light armor set that offers very little protection. So this class, you do not want to be hit and you want to move quick. It starts out with dual daggers, which are a very quick, fast-paced weapon that you can really rack up the element damage that you have on the weapon. And it starts out with throwing daggers. Throwing daggers are a unique weapon that are very far range for what they are. This character is best for rolling past an enemy and putting much damage as you can on the backside before you roll through them again and repeat the process. The Assassin starts with 1 point in dexterity and 2 points in will. The Assassin is another one of those classes who are hit and run tactics. It starts out with higher will because you're going to be doing a lot of rolling, and the dual daggers it has will take a lot of stamina with how quick you are using them and how much you can actually use them in a fight. This is one of the characters that you do want to keep in very light armor and keep them moving around, because this is a class that you don't want to get hit with, and you want to get behind the person and enemy and deal as much damage as you can to them. So for all you super nimble backstabbers out there, this is a great class for you, and I hope you like it. The Ranger! The Ranger starts out with the leather set. The leather set is a little bit of a mid-weight light armor. It offers decent physical protection and decent protection all around for the light armor class. It starts out with a short spear. The spear class is known as a half spear. It is a shorter spear that allows you to have long range and long attacks. And it starts you out with the short bow. The short bow is crazy. It is one of the fastest shooting bows in the game. And I'm talking about, with you being the Ranger, you can really be the Ranger in this game. All your attacks will cover a lot of ground and do damage from afar, and this class is set up to do that, with a little bit of armor for protection in case something goes wrong. The Ranger starts with 2 points in dexterity and 1 point in endurance. Dexterity is your main damage dealer for this class, and endurance gives you more for your carry capacity. And if you look in the skill tree, you can see there is one right on half spear, there's one right on the bows, and there is one right in the light armor. This class is already really well set for where it's going right now. It has 3 of the major nodes that you need for this kind of style of play. So if you're not going to be playing a Ranger that's using a bow and using a spear-like longer range weapon and using light armor, this is not the class for you. But if you are, this sets you up perfectly, and get ready to start because this is everything you need for that style. Last but definitely not least is the fighter class. The fighter class starts out with a heavy armor set which fills up your carrying capacity. For the main weapon, you have the Knight's Vanguard, which gives you a shield that blocks 100% of all damage, and its axe is actually pretty long range for this style of weapon. And for your ranged weapons, it's throwing axes. They are great for anyone who wants to do a strength-based character. Almost all throwing axes base and scale off of strength. So if you're looking to get a stronger base character, the Knight is a way to go because it has all the things that you're looking for a stronger melee character. The fighter class starts with 1 point in strength and 2 points in endurance. Now look over to the skill tree. The skill tree has 1 point in the Vanguard weapon set. That is the weapon set style that you currently have with the weapon and the shield. It has 1 point in endurance, which is the little donkey here, the little donkey pack mule. And then you have 1 point in the Juggernaut armor set. That is a heavy armor set that you have, which is great for a melee character because heavy armor has poise. And yes, poise works exactly the same way as it does in Dark Souls, which allows you to take a hit while you are attacking and not stagger. So it makes it great for a melee class. And while looking at the fighter, you can definitely see that this class is set up for frontline combat and to be the tank of the party. So if you're going to be using this guy, you can definitely focus and scale onto strength skills and heavy armor and not have to worry about anything else. But this class is set up that you can diverge and move a little bit more, and it gives you a lot of variety, especially where the Vanguard weapon class is. That's kind of like the basis where it starts spreading all to the different strength weapons. If that sounds like your style of play, well, you know what? The fighter is a great class to have and to start with. And that is my video for Salt and Sanctuary and how to get the best start and what classes to choose. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, shoot me a like, shoot me a sub, and share this video. Help this channel grow because I want this to become a thing. I want this to be my job eventually one day. Because like they say, you have a job to pay the bills, and then you have a hustle to build the empire. And that's what I'm trying to work on. And I hope you guys will help me out on that. So thanks for watching. And remember, most importantly of all, always love the Kellhound. You all take care now.